Why do personal injury lawyers come across as so tacky? As someone who graduated law school and has a personal injury attorney for an active case, regardless of how tacky they come across, they pass the bar and are really helpful in seeking restitution. No idea, but as someone in law school, I find it funny that for all the shit they get, they pass the bar. 99% Invisible did an episode about these ads. Basically, you have to think about who the audience is for these ads. People with little education and are unsophisticated about the legal process. The ads appeal and are successful with that demographic. Also think about the show you were watching when you saw the TV commercial. A person with a college degree might actually know an attorney personally or know how to get in touch with one. Those people would never call one of these guys. There's an injury attorney who has ads in the NYC subway on the trains. And one ad says being hurt sucks. We make it suck less. I am an engineer, and several years ago I worked with a personal injury attorney. I was of the impression that they were nothing but blood-sucking parasites until I worked with this guy. A woman walking down the sidewalk in stucco siding falls off a building and cuts off her arm. I helped him research the building code requirements for the installation of stucco. The contractor wasn't even close to found a compliant installation. A theater with a wide, sweeping circular stairway, and multiple people fell and broke bones, and the owner wouldn't correct it until they got sued. I could go on, but this guy sued people that needed to be sued. I have come to believe that personal injury lawyers are just like the rest of us, mostly good and honest, but not all of them. Because of the demographic they are trying to appeal to. 2222, totally recited in a Chicago guy kind of voice. Because they are experts in law, not acting, marketing, or graphic design. Plus a lot of them are small practices that don't have a huge budget for ads. Dunno. Here in MA, there's two I've been seeing for 20 years, Sokolov Law and Barry Feinstein. It's been a 20-year review of bad hairpieces. They have regular people as clients, not corporations or wealthy people. If a lawyer wants to represent a bank, they offer expensive sports tickets to the CEO. If a lawyer wants to represent regular people, they get TV ads. But they want to keep the costs manageable, so they don't hide professional publicity people, and the ads don't look polished. The ads are cheap because of a small budget, so you want to be more memorable than your competitors. If you are from the Los Angeles area and watch Telemundo, you'll remember Das Vent 222-222, which was their telephone number. Personally, you're trying to get that money through sheer numbers, so you're going to put all dignity aside and hustle for anyone and everyone you come across to get their case. Once you have the case, you can therefore put as much effort as a suitable return on time. There's a criminal defense attorney whose billboard reads, "Just because you did it doesn't mean you're guilty. If you mess with bull, you get horn." The thing is, if those ads didn't work, they wouldn't spend money on them. I remember the days before they were allowed to advertise this way. Lawyers and all of the prescription drug ads. Better call Saul. He might know. In 1977, the Supreme Court ruled in Bates v. State Bar of Arizona that attorney advertising bans are unconstitutional, citing commercial free speech under the First Amendment. This marked the beginning of the modern era of attorney advertising, which began on June 27, 1977. All downhill from there. The thing a lot of people don't seem to realize is the guy talking on the TV, radio ad, etc. are not the attorney you are going to get. Unless the case is worth high 6-figure to 7 figures, you are getting a low-level attorney whose sole purpose is to settle quickly for smaller amounts until they get the experience to handle bigger cases. Having regrettably worked in this field for a season, PI lawyers have a bad reputation for a reason. Laypersons have a very bad gauge for evaluating the value of their own case. After all, personal pain distress is the worst, and so almost all personal injury lawyers run a numbers game. You churn through as many plaintiffs as possible, doing the absolute minimum for 95 of them, all for the hope of that elusive 1 in 20 who will make you rich. Which cases will make you rich? Well, it's a lot of factors, like degree of injury and circumstances and a dozen other things, few of which actually turn on the education or socioeconomic profile of the plaintiff. So getting those high-profile cases requires you to attract 20 times as many shit cases. So you want to be as tacky and attention-grabbing as possible, to fit right in with their clients. Source: used to paralegal at a PI firm, felt like I needed to scrub with bleach and a wire brush each night.